So last year, I had my final straw moment and decided to quit the corporate rat race.
You're not your job. You're not how much money you have in the bank. You're not the car you drive. You're not the contents of your wallet.
Believe it or not, DoorDash actually helped me do that. And we took a whole cross-country road trip, dashing from city to city.
Halloween decorations.
Ooh. What up world, it's BK here, and in this video we're going to talk about what DoorDash is, the pros, the cons, and who I think that it's best for. So I'm a game developer, and I was working in the slot game industry for several years, almost 10, and I had recently got a new boss. And the first thing that they asked me, they were like, hey, you want to come to lunch with me since you're new and stuff like that, or since I'm new and I want to kind of get to know the team. And I was like, sure. And he's like, oh, by the way, do you eat like a Pakistani or an Indian? And right there, I knew we were not going to get along. I personally don't deal with any sort of racism or anything like that. And that kind of question really took me back. So that was the beginning of the end of my relationship with the corporate world. A few other things happened that I don't need to get into, but he basically just devalued me as a human, and it just wasn't something I was going to continue to do. So I decided that it was time for me to strike my own path and follow my dreams. Politics, meetings, chasing KPIs, all that stuff just to get a few extra bucks on your raise each year, that was never for me. That wasn't my dream. That was somebody else's dream who has since long been gone from my life. So I decided I was looking for options on what I could do to supplement my income while I took freelance jobs and could build myself a foundation of where I can start pursuing my dreams, which is to become an independent game developer. One of the things we did was start this YouTube channel. We started working on cars and building up this car, Didi, our 2007 Toyota Yaris. We built it into a car camper and we took a road trip across the country. Along the way, we used DoorDash to supplement our income. So in each city we went to, we dashed in each of the different cities and got a feel for how it would work. And honestly, I kind of fell in love with it. I really enjoy DoorDashing. It's a good way to earn extra money, stay in shape, because you're working out, you know, like you're driving all the time, which for me, driving is one of my favorite things to do. And you're picking up, sometimes you pick up large boxes, even walking around grocery stores. It's a good way to play Pokemon Go.
Look, it's an Abra. And it's a bell pepper.
And it's definitely helped me separate myself from having a boss and being involved in all the corporate nonsense. So the only way you wouldn't know what DoorDash is if you've been living under a rock. But for those people, it's a delivery service application where you can have pretty much anything delivered to you, groceries, you can have toys, games, food. But from the other side, it's an app called Dasher. So in this app, it's basically like a pick up and deliver game where you pick up quests and you earn money. One of the benefits is you don't need any special skills, just a smartphone and a fuel-efficient car. I was sitting here trying to make a list of pros, so here's what I come up with. Big one for me, no boss. You also get a flexible schedule. It's a good source of extra income, and you can potentially travel and make money while you're doing it. Plus, you get to stay active, get paid, and burn calories. I know. Okay, BK, we got the pros, but what are the cons? So here's what I came up with. It can be very demotivating when you're like waiting around for deliveries and you're not getting any. So some days are slow and you have to understand the averages. Like you also can get some fairly low deliveries, like $3 deliveries or, you know, $2.50. And we'll talk more about in the future on what you can do to circumvent some of that. There's also the wear and tear on your car. Not everybody's a mechanic like me who can just work on their car and they find enjoyment out of it. You have no 401k or built-in health insurance, so that's definitely a con. And it can be stressful if your income's unpredictable. If you don't plan ahead and strategize what you're doing, then maybe having a slow day could really mess up your whole month. So those are things like that you have to take into consideration if you're gonna do DoorDashing. So we are currently on our way to Chick-fil-A. We got an $8 order. See it? You see that cargo? We got the cargo. And just like that, you have $8. So here's what it looks like when you get a hit. Start shopping. Yep, pretty easy. And then just rinse and repeat. We are off to deliver the pizza. Wonderful pizza of Oz. I don't know. That doesn't make any sense, but in Vegas, you can expect anywhere from $15 to $30 an hour. It just depends on the timing and how long you're doing it. I just try to remind myself that I'm not my khakis. Realistically though, it's always more important what you do with your resources rather than how much you actually have. Where'd I put the script? Where's the script? How's it? Somewhere around here. Oh, I got paper. So it's true, DoorDashing isn't for everybody, but I would say if you have realistic expectations, you're capable of setting goals and pushing yourself to meet those goals. Maybe you're somebody who's looking for a side hustle, or you're a traveling nomad, or you want to just experience what different cities are like. If you're a student or if you're a freelancer, then it's a great way to supplement your income. And in a future video, I'll give you a tip on what the best day to dash is. So if you're gonna DoorDash one day of the week only, what day would it be? But honestly, the key thing you need to be in order to be a successful DoorDasher is a self-motivated person. You can't get yourself down. You can't look at the amount of money you have in this current moment and then just say, oh, well, I'm not gonna make $20 an hour today because I've only had $4 deliveries so far, because the next delivery you get could be $30. You don't know. You have to stay at it and continue to be consistent. Consistency is the key. I wear my sunglasses at night. Right, so it puts us at roughly $18 an hour. So, DoorDash isn't a golden ticket, but for the right person, it allows flexibility and freedom. It also enables you to work as little or as much as you need. Next time, we're going to talk about exactly how to get started from sign up to your first delivery. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next episode, and we'll put your name on the yards, just like our friends here.